Hello fellow commanders and welcome back to Strategic Command World at War with me, Bubblebox. And the last episode we left it hanging on by the skin of our teeth to the remnants of Poland, just about hanging on to Warsaw, which is probably going to fall this turn. And we also are fighting over in the east against the rampant and more teched up, should I say, Japanese at the moment. We're trying to do something about that, and we're getting ready for the attack on the west as well. So we've kind of moved everything at the end of the last turn, so we're just going to end turn and see what the AI has to do, and then see if we can respond. We've got another decision to make first of all for the Brits, and basically this is asking us whether we want to take control of two of the ports in this southernmost tip of Ireland. If we do agree to this, it's going to worsen our relations with the United States a little bit. But if we do, it means we get two extra ports a bit closer to the Atlantic, which we can use. So we're definitely going to say yes to that one. And there's Waterford and Cork, which we now take control of as the Brits. We've also got some disruption going on to our UK convoys. You can see the South African convoy again getting interdicted. We're going to have to find that surface raider and deal with him, I think, or her. As the Germans continue and should... if I was the Germans, I'd definitely be taking Warsaw this turn. And the Japanese will continue their attack on Nanjing and pretty much across the front there. And the Germans will also continue to start building up on the western front during this turn as well. So we've got the fleet movements going on. We've got some enemy contact. There's that surface raider which has bumped right into our cruiser. So we know where it is now, and we can try to destroy that if we can. Maybe help with the French battleship. So the Magdalen fortress there getting bombed. Bombers, tactical bombers, escorts and interceptors all doing their thing in China. So they're going for that army, which is in that little bit of fortressy-like place there. It should be okay, at least for this turn. So Magdalen's now getting... Warsaw there, getting bombed. As the Panzers head in, they're going to take it, aren't they? 2 shots. The Panzers get 2 shots, and the armies and corps only get 1. So there goes Warsaw. It's been taken out. And the fighter goes down. Everything's just going to get destroyed now, and the Polish will probably surrender at the end of this turn. So yeah, they're hammering away at this army in the corner there. I might have to pull him back this time because all his dug-in ability. We've got this guy being attacked here, this little corps also. As the Germans just hustle around, just finishing off the remnants of the Polish army. But as long as we do damage to the Germans, that's all we want. We just need to do a bit more damage to them. Any damage we do to them now, they're going to have to spend points on to repair. And the Japanese doing the same in trying to get Nanjing. We're going to make sure Nanjing is like a fortress. We're going to hold on to Nanjing as long as possible because it's through Nanjing that we're getting the USA supplies. Okay, not a lot left. Just that poor little militia unit. It's the only Polish unit left on the map. So they're getting ready to bring in the Luftwaffe. Sounds like the Luftwaffe's getting in position over near France as well and the Low Countries. Yeah, okay, so British morale is boosted by the decisive action taken. Okay, we'll get a little bit of British morale boost there as well. Poland, of course, has now surrendered. Germans get a bit of plunder, some points there for Germany. And Germany does honour the Soviet Non-Aggression Pact and gives that land to the Soviet Union. Germany occupies Western Poland and the Soviets will occupy Eastern Poland. Excellent. So we've got that bit of Poland. Irish Prime Minister Deliver protests the occupation of the Irish ports, and the British occupation of the Irish ports causes some anger in the USA as expected. Okay. Got some disruption of convoys going on, which we'll have a look at in a second. So there's the destroyed units, and there's just a summary of what we've already gone over. This here shows you that when war breaks out against the Soviet Union, they don't have all their units at the start, but they will get a number of units put at specific points in Russia or in the Soviet Union when war breaks out. Americans, basically all this is saying is there's kind of a zone of control. Oops, I didn't mean to click that. There's a zone of control. You see these American ships, you can see just behind this pop out on the map there. If the Americans take their ships outside there, or the Allied or the the Axis bring their ships inside, it affects relations. So that's a bit of a no-no. So it kind of keeps them apart. It's a good mechanic in the game, keeps them apart until they're meant to be at war with one another. Now the Red Army has got another decision to make, and that's in order to decrease Leningrad's vulnerability to attack from the north and to weaken the Finnish army, it is suggested that we force Finland to hand over some territory to us. We can demand the Karelian Isthmus, the area north of Leningrad, and the port of Hanko to the west of Helsinki. Would you like to finish? I would like that for a number of reasons, not just to get Finnish land, but also to get us an extra port for our Russian ships. That would be very useful. I just want to check the consequences because I can't quite remember them. By saying yes, should Finland later join the Axis, then some of their units start at half strength rather than at full strength, though one experience point greater. We will later have the opportunity to prepare the Red Army for... I think we've got to say yes, haven't we? We've got to say yes to this, I think, as the Russians. Yeah. Oh, we've got another corps as well for the Chinese. Again, we'll start with the Chinese, I think. We've got another corps, and we're going to keep reinforcing this area down in the south here. So we're going to stick this corps just so that we've got a solid line there now, solid line of defence near Nanying and to the north of Nanying to try to hold on to that as long as possible. We're still going to keep getting this headquarters unit, which is nearly arrived, so that's excellent. This headquarters unit is going to be supplying these units here. They're all looking pretty well. This guy's vulnerable. He is vulnerable. He's lost. I'm happy to leave him there one more turn. I hope he won't die. Let's put him up to maximum health. I want to try and save 175 points as well. Now these are looking quite vulnerable. This one I can't actually get back. This one I can. And they've lost their entrenchment. I think it's time to pull these away. So I'm going to pull this guy back to there. And I'm going to put this guy down to there. I know it's a bit retreaty, but it's got to be done because I think they would have been, one of them would have been taken out. This guy's still vulnerable. He's only on 7 points. And we'll also, hold on, let's just check out what's going on up here. We've got to reinforce our aircraft. That's a must do. 203. I'd like to give this, maybe this guy some points. 15, so that's good. We can do that. That puts on 188. Okay, let's get this other research for the Chinese. I want to get that infantry weapons up to 2 chits, so that comes a bit faster. We'll do that, and that leaves us with 13 points, so we can just maybe give this guy a bit of a boost. 1 point. Okay, that's all the points spent. That's China done. Try and hold that line as long as possible. Just going to have a quick look at the Russians because I want to start getting their units in position more than anything. So we're going to get this guy down here, just sending them down towards the front for now. Put them in the positions where I want them properly later on, but I just want to get them down kind of a bit closer. One thing I do want to do for my playthrough here, and certainly for defending, is get an army in this here. We want to try and keep hold of the Black Sea if we can. It's going to help us later on in my master plan. I have got a master plan, and I'll share that with you as and when it happens. So we'll send this corps. In fact, I want a corps here as well. I want an army here. We can actually bring this army down for that purpose. And I want somewhere decent for this army. We're going to put a corps in Kherson. We're going to put just militia up front. This corps probably will pull back. We'll leave that army in Kiev. I might put it somewhere else, not sure. Pull this army, these guys back, pull these guys back. Militias in the front line only. This is, I find, the best way of defending against the Germans. Bring these guys forward. We'll bring the AA forward. We'll be using all these things early on. We've got some units in the east we can bring up as well. We may well do that. Bring these guys forward from Stalingrad. And we'll decide exactly where we want to put them later. But I want to check out research for the Russians because we want to start getting... Yeah, anti-tank isn't that important, I don't think. It's going to be important later. So I think we'll keep that going. Infantry weapons, yes. Definitely need to get that going for the Russians. So that's all we can do for the Russians for now. We've done the Chinese, done the Russians. We can get some American research going now. Got 175 points. For the Americans, we just want to get their industry going pretty much at the start. Oh, insufficient funds. Oh, 173. We can't do that yet. We'll do that next turn. But yeah, we've got to get the basically the Americans are going to be our powerhouse after 1942. So we're going to be wanting to get their industry going as much as possible. Over here now then. First of all, I want to just keep cracking on with the research actually for the British. So want to be getting them some infantry weapons. Yes, industrial technology, yeah, I want to get that going as much as possible. That leaves us with 134. Spying intelligence is actually useful because it can drive your research quite a lot. Not going to be needing production technology. Going to be needing anti-submarine warfare really quickly though. So in fact, I might just... Oh, I haven't got enough. Yeah, we'll leave that then. We'll leave that there where it is. Won't start reinforcing the British units just yet. We've got our carriers in position. Now that surface raider, that's it. Looks like he's moved up to... Have they got two surface raiders? Oh no, these are both our... They've got two surface raiders over here? Wow. Oh, that might be where he's moved from. But anyway, he's here. And we need... I'm just going to check out... There's not one here. Right, he's not. Okay, it is one. Because I want to fast move this battleship. It can't shoot if you fast move, so I might move it just to there. And I will do the attack. I don't want to lose this cruiser, but I will do that attack. And what I'll do, I'll move this down to there. So that if it tries to move down that way, it'll bump into that. If it tries to move up north, it'll bump into the battleship. Okay, yeah. We'll do that. Right, now France. So we've got... I want to just move this guy out of there. And he is actually going to go into Paris. I'm going to move this fighter out of the way a little bit as well. I want this guy in Paris. I want an army in Paris dug in. So we'll have an army in there. I don't want this corps here. We're going to put a corps into Chalon. Move that forward to there, and then we're going to purchase some more units before we start reinforcing. It's a fine balance between purchasing some extra units and reinforcing everything before the Germans attack. So we're going to purchase that other anti-air piece for the French that we want. We'll purchase that, and then I want to get a garrison or two. I want to get at least two. Because I want the garrisons to go into Lyon and Marseille to protect against the Italians, or to delay the Italians, should I say. So that's kind of all we're going to do there. I think that's pretty much everything done that I want to do. No subs spotted yet, unfortunately. So we'll end our turn there, and we'll see what the AI has got up its sleeve. So Germany celebrates victory over Poland and the return of the Danzig. French morale suffers because of the loss of Poland. French have got to make a decision. Now, would you like to authorise recruitment of Spanish service engineers? I mean, it's a bit of a no-brainer, really. We're going to want as many units as we can in France. So we're going to say yes. And that means we're going to get an extra unit of engineers in France to use. Axis raiders disrupt South African convoy, and there's that South African convoy again, and we're going to try and have a look at what's going on down there first thing, because sometimes I forget my naval units. So we're going to head straight down. Oh no, sorry, what am I talking about? Got to let the AI have its turn. So yeah, let's zoom back in again if we can, so you can see what's going on. So basically the Japanese just moving stuff around. They're going to do a big advance in a moment soon. They're just getting units. They had to get units in position. A lot of their units were actually far back, a bit back rather. So they're getting units in position for a bit of a push on into China. But their bombers will still keep bombing, trying to get the morale down on our units and then attack. There's that unit I was afraid is a little bit exposed. Oh, luckily he pulled back because he went down to 4 health, low morale there. You can tell if they're on low morale because they have a greyed out number rather than a bright white number. Oh, this guy's in trouble. Down to 1 health. This guy's down to 4 health. If they both survive, I'll be very happy. And we're going to have to start just pulling those back a little bit. But holding on to Nanyang. We should hold on to Nanyang. Got a really nice defensive position down there. As they keep attacking in the north. We should be able to hold the north and the south okay. The Germans are just, for the next couple of turns, going to be arranging themselves, moving their units around, getting into position. And you can see, when you hear that clang clang, they do operational movement, which moves them a long way, but they have to pay points to do that. Excuse me. So the Japanese continue to move around. Allied, yep, so now the... oh, that's us, actually interdicting the German convoy route. So the USSR invades Finland, causing a bit of anger in the west as expected. So it looks like winter's setting in, and it's really hard to attack in the winter, by the way. So there's that. Germany lost 13 points but hasn't interdicted us, I don't think. We've got an extra destroyer. Let's place that down now. That's a Canadian destroyer. We're going to put that in Halifax. That's going to help us out. Although the Americans can't move past this line before they are at war, or shouldn't, the Canadians can, so we'll be able to use that Canadian ship. We've got the question mark down here. Is it still there? Let's just check it with the destroyer first. It's gone. Question is, where's it gone? I'm not going to chase it now. I'm just going to move my units back up, I think, because I don't want to chance losing. Yeah, we'll start moving back up. We're going to move this French battleship because I'm going to want that in the med to help out against the Italian fleet when they come in. So we'll move them straight up there. We'll leave our destroyers where they are. Our aircraft carriers, I think they're fine where they are, as is our sub up there interdicting the German convoy route. Okay, so next let's check out the Brits first with the usual Brits research. So we're going to give them advanced fighters is going, tanks, everything's kind of going, ground attack, anti-sub warfare, that's what we want. We want 2 ticks on anti-sub warfare to get that moving along apace. That's all we're going to do for the Brits for this turn. We've moved the ships and we'll do the French next, I think. Now I'm going to chance buying some more stuff for the French. We're not reinforcing them at the moment, although it might be worth... Well, what I will do for the Brits, actually, I'll bring this Spitfire across. Yeah, we'll bring the Spitfire across to help with their French morale a little bit. And I'll move my... This strategic bomb I'm not going to use. They're just so cost inefficient in this game. I'm not going to use it. But we'll bring forward our tactical bomber a little bit closer, so we can use that soon. What else do I want to do? What are we going to do? Oh, I want that guy in Paris. This guy can stay in Chalon. And I want to purchase some more French garrisons. Get 1. Is that all I can get? 1 garrison? Okay, we'll get that then. And then got the it's got some points for the Americans that we can use. Again, yeah, industrial technology, boom, and that's it. We'll get the other industrial technology as soon as they've got enough points for the Americans. And then, the Indians can do some research now. Again, for the Indians, I think it's going to be... do they need artillery? I'm going to take artillery off for the Indians, I think. We'll keep tanks on, keep infantry weapons going, but we're going to want to up their industrial technology for sure. So we'll do that first of all. It's kind of that really. And then we'll go over to the Chinese side. Now then, we've got a couple of units in trouble, so it's going to be a bit of a retreating exercise over on the eastern front here in or the east. So we're going to pull this guy right back. Hopefully he doesn't get bombed next turn and destroyed. And this guy, that leaves this guy exposed here. He's on 3 entrenchment, so I'm going to chance leaving him there. I'm going to chance it, but we're going to need someone up here. I'm going to put someone, if I put him there actually, he can block. So that, I wonder if he can block movement into here to stop him getting surrounded too much. Yeah, we'll put him up there. We'll leaves a gap there, but they can't get into there. I don't think they can even move across these mountains, to be honest. So unless they've got the upgrade for movement, mobility. So apart from that, this guy's again a bit exposed as well, so we're going to give him an extra point of health there, some replacements. Everything else is looking fairly solid. Could even do a little attack here. I think we will. Take some points off the Japanese. Anywhere else? This one maybe? No, definitely not. Okay, that's kind of that done. Oh, we will reinforce our commander here, our HQ. Plane's full, everything else is okay. Move this commander a bit, keep on the commanders, HQs, commanders, whatever you want to call them, move them a bit closer. We'll put this guy back onto the capital, just in case. Apart from that, let's check out, I don't think we've got enough for research, have we? Oh yes, we can get industrial. We've got 2 on there. Yeah, let's get some industrial technology going for the Chinese. That's 2 chits into there now, that's good. That's pretty much it for this turn, so let's end turn and check out what the AI is going to do. French raises a unit of engineers. Now that's the unit of engineers. We've got that up here in the south, so we'll be able to use that, get that into position next turn. USSR is expelled from the League of Nations following its attack on Finland. Okay, no interdictions of our supply routes this turn. That surface raider in the south got away last turn, unfortunately. But I don't want to spend time chasing it, so more movement for the Japanese. Don't know where they're moving things. Oh, they moved an army in there, I just saw. Bombers are in. Attacking that unit on the corner there, which I thought might be a bit exposed. And bombing the other unit. Yeah, they're going for the weaker parts. So the AI is quite good, quite intelligent for an AI in this game. Fighters doing fighting. Oh, I took quite a big hit there. 4 health points off. Looks like they're going for this corner army. And they're going for this corner core as well. They didn't go for this core here, which is poked out here, which is a little bit surprising. Oh, down to 1 health. I might lose this if they move another unit in. Oh, luckily they can't. Okay, so that's another 1 health unit I've got. Okay. Attacks on near Nanying, trying to get a hold of that road. So quite a big attack by the Japanese this turn. And an 11-point unit there. That's an elite unit. Germans getting themselves in position. They're not going to attack probably. March at the earliest will be their attack. March at the earliest. They won't attack in the winter. Maybe even leave it till April. German paratroops arrive in Hamburg. They can be a pain, jumping in behind enemy lines as we calculate supply. Okay, German paratroops, I've got that already. So a decision for the French. Do we want to form the Polish One Corps? Now the decision here is it's going to cost us points, which the French need, but it will give us an extra unit. So I think we're going to say yes. I think we're going to take that. I'll just whack up there's no notes. There's a no-brainer. I think we're definitely going to take that. Get an extra Polish corps in on the battlefield. Got a couple of extra destroyers for the Brits, so let's place them down first of all. And 1 in Ambrose. We'll put that in there in the port. And some of the French units have also arrived. We've also got an extra French destroyer, which we can place down there, and an extra French battleship as well. We're going to want to get them into the Mediterranean. Now, I'll just check out where we're going to place these. Let's do France first. Okay, so we've got our army in Paris now. That's good. We've got these 2 corps. We're going to leave that in Chalon. Probably, actually, yeah, because that's got a nice river on the outside as well. And yeah, we'll leave that in there. We'll put, I'm wondering whether to put this up here. I'm going to put this one up here to protect that area, and then we're going to start grabbing our corps, our militias, and we'll put 1 militia into Metz, and we'll put 1 militia, well, I'm worried they'll come through here. We'll put 1 there. We can then pull back our Maginot line behind our militia if we need to. So I think that's fine. I think. Okay, so do we buy more units for the French, or do we start reinforcing? I'm gonna, oh look, we get a cavalry unit. 80 points, 4 months. No, we can even get corps. Look, let's just get these garrisons. Oh no, yeah, let's just get these garrisons, and then we'll start reinforcing. I think, yeah, we'll just get those garrisons, then we'll start reinforcing the French. Brits, let's check in on research for the Brits. Getting industrial technology going. Do we get naval weaponry too? Although that's not mega important. I think we're going to get, because we've only got 200 points left. Yeah, we'll get naval weaponry going for the Brits. And we've pretty much maxed out our research funding, so we can start reinforcing the Brits now. So we'll start by reinforcing this commander here. And then, yeah, start reinforcing these guys. Okay. Oh, I want this Spitfire, or this fighter, whatever it is, up to grade 1. And we're going to want to reinforce this bomber. And, well, we want to reinforce everything, let's face it, that's in France at the moment. So that's all the points spent for the Brits. The Americans, we're just going to give them more industrial technology. We'll do the Russians in a minute. I don't think there's enough points for the Indians, is there? Yes, there is, actually. Give them more on industrial technology as well. Russia, I just want to move some units. Where's that army? I want that army on its way down towards Sevastopol. And I want to move forward these militia. You can go into there. Move this militia unit up. I want this army in more of a defensive position somewhere. Let's put it there for now. I might move it again. I think Germany will annex some of these states, which means I'm going to have to move stuff around anyway. So I'm going to leave stuff for now. Just move it up. Move this stuff up towards the front line a little bit. That's all I'm going to do there. And we'll sort out exactly where to put them when it comes closer to war. I want... Actually, I might want an army in Rostov. I think that's where I want an army. This army can go to Rostov. And we'll put a militia... Oh, sorry, we'll put a corps probably in here, in Kiev. And we'll put a corps in Dnepropetrovsk as well. Okay. What have we got left? Done that. Just the Chinese then, isn't it? I think. Yep, let's head over to the Chinese. Now then, we've got some weak units here now. We've got this 1-pointer. He's going to have to come out. I'm not spending all those points reinforcing him. We'll leave that gap there for now. We'll bring this guy down. We'll reinforce the flanks for sure. I just want to check research. How far? We've got 900. They can only do a couple of hundred more, so... But I might not be able to afford that this turn. We're going to have to reinforce you. We're going to have to reinforce our aircraft. Yeah, it's all going to be reinforcements this turn, I think. And we need to reinforce this guy for sure. Let's reinforce that flank. We'll take you back. I'm not spending a load of points to put you up to 9 points. Everything else is fine. Can we attack out here a little bit? Yeah, let's attack there. Okay, 2 armies they've got there now. Oh, I'll do a little attack there. Yeah, nice. Got a point off. That's fine. That's fine. Everything else will leave. Leaves us 106 points. Okay. Yeah, we'll save those points. That's pretty much it, I think. Yep, so we're going to end this episode here. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll continue next time. Probably the Germans will invade the Low Countries in the next episode. So thank you all very much for watching. Please do drop a comment or ask any questions below if you've got any questions about this game. Yeah, subscribe if you want to see some more. And I'll see you in the next one.